Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy. Welcome back to an inspection bid run through. We're out for an agent in the Cumming area. We're doing a bunch of projects up here lately, so we're just going to run through this stuff really fast. A lot of rotted trim on this house, and part of the challenge with this is that beautiful house, but when the builders build these things, they only prime and paint what you see. So the face here is primed and painted, but the bottom edge is not. And so when water comes around this corner, it just starts sucking it up through the bottom edges and rots it. So here and here, both of those fascia boards just need a spot repair. Everything we do like that, we cut it in at a 45, we call it a weather cut, and we back prime and seal all 6 faces of the wood so it'll never rot again. It has a lifetime of ownership warranty. In a situation like this where the seller may be paying for those repairs, the warranty will transfer to the buyer. This pseudo nose right here is just a piece of brick molding at this gable vent right here. It's actually just a shuttered window they didn't use. It's probably a closet or storage behind here, but it's finger jointed, so it's rotted right there. You've got rot, I can't show it from here, but on this corner right here, when you come around, we'll catch it from the other side, but the right side of this garage has a dog ear. The dog ear is a little triangular piece. We'll show it to you on the side here in a little bit. The inspector wrote it, so we're only looking at those items that the inspector has noted, and the real estate agent has sent us over an amendment to repair. And so people don't realize it, but half of that is half of those kind of inspection repairs and pre-listing repairs, the real estate agents is about half of our business. So when you look at this dining room window, he noted that the sash is rotted. We're the only company in Atlanta that'll repair this thing instead of replacing this sash, which you can't match anymore. So then you got to replace all 4 sashes. We'll actually rebuild this bottom piece down here with back primed and sealed wood. We've got 2 master carpenters on staff, including my brother, who can go ahead and do that. On some of these windows, it's hard to tell. They've got these screens on here if the inside frame is rotted, but as soon as you see this kind of wrinkling like here, you can tell this is rotted out. You can't piece in a rotted nose like whoever did this right here. That's a previous repair, so you have to replace the whole piece all the way through, and you can see where they missed the rot over here. And then on a lot of these with the real estate agents, we go ahead and just include recaulking the window, so everything we do will be on a weather cut. So if we're repairing a window, whether we've included it or not, if on these kinds of projects, if we encounter extra little stuff or the inside frames on the windows that I couldn't see, we just include it as part of the project. A lot of these base caps on the front entry are rotted, and we'll just have to make these on this side and on the facing piece right here. Again, when you see this kind of wrinkling down in here, there's a little piece of cap at the bottom right there that's been repaired once already. And again, because they didn't prime it and seal it, a lot of heavy rain, sheet water comes down this brick wall and gets under that bottom edge right there. So if you don't back prime and seal, everything is going to rot. On the right corner, I think this gutter has stayed clogged a lot. So this fascia board's rotted here around the corner, and this dog ear that I can't really get into the video, so I won't do it for you. The upper gable or the foyer window right here, both sides of the trim here are rotted, so we'll repair those. The nose is rotted as well. You can see the wrinkling in the wood, and then just this cap right here again, because they only painted what you see. So up behind the top of this cap, the water gets in and it just rots it out, and that's why you're starting to see those lines in it. The second story window right here, we got just rotted brick mold. This triple window right here, this is what gets tricky when you're an inspector or you're a contractor looking at these kinds of repairs. Again, you've got the rotted nose, and you can't just repair that piece. You got to replace the whole nose. Back prime and seal so it'll never rot again. If we have some windowsill repairs, if it's just in one corner, we'll go ahead and spot repair the sill, back prime and seal. You can piece those repairs in, but not on an outside nose like that. It's just going to rot again. There's no point to doing it. So here, this brick mold is rotted, and this center looks good until you get up on it. You can push your finger through it, and I think the inspector probably did that, because you can see, if you come around the corner, see right here, my finger a little, see it move? There's nothing left, but if you just look at it straight on, it doesn't look rotted. And when we talk about a weather cut, we come in like here with an angled cut at a 45. This replacement piece will be back primed and sealed on all 6 faces. It'll never rot again. You can see here, again, the inspector probably put his finger right here, and that center's rotted, and that brick mold down there. And then we just caulk the window. Coming around the side, the chimney cap is galvanized metal, but it's not rusted through, and it's a lot cheaper to keep her. So we would prime and paint that with Rust-Oleum, make it look brand new. The siding is what we call Nichihana siding. Nothing defective about it, but in areas that, and you'll see this in a lot of our videos, along the roof side where it's catching a lot of water, these 6 rows back here of delaminated need to be replaced. So we can go ahead, we use James Hardy plank, and all of our Hardy plank repairs come with a fully transferable warranty. Builders just use the cheaper stuff. And again, like on the face walls like here, never have a problem. Where you've got siding that's getting exposed to a lot of water, and I'll show you this in a second when we come around to the face of the chimney, you've got 4 rows right here that have delaminated in the corners. And once that starts, it'll just keep crumbling. My camera's gonna have a hard time, but where the joint failed on this quarter board, we'll replace it from just below this rot up to the top, and then there's 4 rows of siding that need to be repaired and replaced right there. The rest of the siding will stay in great shape, but whenever you have a chimney like here, you see the line, the edge of the siding and the corner board right there, 5/4 board, because that's popped open over time. If you let it go for 5 or 6 years, this siding will start to crumble because it's Nichihana. The bottom of the corner board right here is rotted again because the caulk failed, the water's getting in behind it, so we'll make a 2-foot repair right there. It's a great house, it really is. We were talking about replacing this deck, I think, and this is old growth wood. So even if the decking up top is bad, we can replace the decking. I can't get up there. If they want to add a staircase or something to kind of access the backyard, we can add that in, but I wouldn't replace any of this stuff. I can't buy this kind of wood anymore. So when I get customers that want to replace decks like this, if I can't talk them out of it, they want us to build them a brand new deck, we'll go ahead and do it. But the materials that I'm going to use today are nowhere near as good as what this is. This stuff was old growth wood and is treated with arsenic in the old sealing process. This stuff will almost never rot. Really all it needs is some screws and some corner joist hangers, and add some screws to this ledger board. This deck totally met code when it came, and we would have to add a post right here. You need to have a post every 4 feet, so we'd add 1 more post here, and the rest would be great. Or if they wanted to open this up and run a stairs down here or off to the side, or we can do it any way you want. But this is good stuff. Back here, this is the other problem with Nichihana. So down here, they've hit it with a weed whacker, and then you've got water coming off this gutter back here because I don't think this gutter was ever cleaned. And you've got an underground corrugated pipe. It just rained here a little bit ago, and when I go past it, you'll see it's bone dry. So it lets us know that outlet up there is probably clogged, and that's caused some of the rot in these windows back here. Other contractors that work for these homeowners or seller, whoever this is, back here we'll replace this bottom row with Hardy, and you can see down here you've got the same thing. It's just starting to chip, and once you have that, you need to replace it. Some contractor came through here. These are rotted anyway, and I'd go ahead and replace this whole stick of quarter round and this one here as well. Back prime and seal it. And while we're doing it, we'll replace this top piece and go ahead and reflash this door. The flashing should extend 3/4 inch, 1.5 inches past the outside edge of this brick mold. Otherwise, the water's getting in, and that's literally what's caused this rot here. Because the gutter's clogged, the water's coming down. That's why we've got some rot in this window. And the window mullion right here is that little strip there on the upper window is rotted. We can go ahead and replace that. We do so much of that. We have them in pressure treated, and we just keep them in stock all the time. When we come into projects like this and someone's done it wrong, you see this horizontal cut right here on the inside frame and on the door, that's just gonna rot out again. Whoever did this work, it was done recently, it's not even been caulked. So I wouldn't allow this guy to work on, you know, a kid's playhouse, honestly. But when we see repairs like that, we go ahead and replace them at no charge. We're already here doing work anyway, but it should be on an angle cut, because this cut, like this window right here in the basement, it's just gonna catch water. And then when they did it, you can see inside right here, like the inspector did, see the rot in the frame right here, the inside frame. So they just covered up with this piece. But if you come back next year, this will already started rotting, and so will this, because the water gets caught here and on the sides, and this stuff has never been back primed and sealed on either side. So once the moisture gets inside, it just starts rotting the wood from the inside out. You can see where someone did the same repair here on the basement window to replace this nose. But if you look at the nose carefully, it's tilted back towards the house, and it almost feels like whoever did this window, we can use this piece for the sill, but the nose actually has to be replaced. It looks to us like they replaced this whole piece as a 5/4 by 6 instead of using a sill with a pitch and a slope, the same with the nose. So now that window nose is tilted back towards the house, so all the water is going to drain in when it rains. It's just going to cause more trouble. Same thing here with these repairs, whoever did this. And we see this a lot. This is people that are handymen that get out here and do this stuff, And window repairs are not for handyman unless they're doing it right and they do it every day like we do. Some of these windows up here, you can see where they replaced the nose right here, but they never caulked it in, and then they just left the rotted brick mold on the left and right sides. If they did that piece as a 5/4 board, we're gonna have to come back in and replace it for them because it doesn't have the right angle to it. You know, this stuff happens. It's not, you're not gonna be able to see in the video, but right up in this area right here, the fascia and soffit is rotted behind that gutter because the water's coming over the top of the gutter and going behind it because it can't get through this pipe down here. When you look at the window noses, again, I guess I can do this from the side to give you a better idea. See, that it's flat. It has no pitch. So if you look at a window nose, even this one, they did the same thing right here. It doesn't have enough pitch to shed water. This one's a little bit better, but this one's perfectly flat. And when we get up the side up here, just a little bit of stuff. So we try to catch everything, but like we just had a torrential rain here a little bit ago, and this whole area is bone dry. Never use corrugated for that reason. This one's clogged a little bit. The foundation drain on the right side of the house is totally clogged, so I want to go ahead and open that up and get it out. But these decks are all old growth wood. It'd be kind of cool, I don't know this floor plan, but you can almost cut a doorway through here and screen this little porch in to make it really more usable. And then if I get up this side of the hill right here, you'll see a few things. That's that front dog ear that I was talking about. This is the master bathroom window. It's hard to see in the video, but the sash is rotted right in here. And then the left and right brick mold, and this nose is rotted as well. The other window is good. And then just this rotted cap here. Whoever redid the roof, they've got drip guard all the way around, which is great. The inspector noted there's a few shingles that need to be sealed and repaired up there. We do all that stuff for real estate agents. We're pretty much a one-stop shop. We'll do the electrical, the plumbing, any kind of carpentry, painting, tile work, flooring, kitchen bathroom models. We make our own trim, so like these window noses and the sills, we'll almost always make our own noses because you can't buy them anymore. And the sills we can buy. So you get a better shot of the chimney from back here. Take a closer look. See, we're starting to crumble all through this area right here. That's why. That's just the one thing with Nichihana siding is it's a good product. It just has 2 less layers of what we call aggregate concrete slurry. So Nichi is 4 to 5 layers. James Hardy plank is 7 layers compressed under a lot of pressure to make a piece of siding. And all the siding is otherwise in pretty great shape. You can see this dog ear right here. They use plywood on some of them. Plywood's going to delaminate and rot. And again, it wasn't back primed and sealed on all faces, so we come back in with 1x lumber. This stuff over here is 5/4 board. We do a little bit of everything, my brother and I. We get out here and work with our crews, and that's kind of the difference. So I'm not just a salesperson. You can reach us in the office. The video is there. The number is there on the video, and you can catch me directly sometimes at 770-265-9017. This is one more piece that was rotted right here, this fascia and dog ear. I'm Andy. We'll see you at the next house. Bye for now.